Oh my God, we are live. Listen, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I have my good friend Andrew here, and the reason why I invited him again is because the first time that we had him, found problems, but the content was so freaking amazing, right? And the reason why I say so is because I'm in business. I'm not a tech guy. You put me in front of a client, let me do my job. I'm phenomenal in it. So when I met Andrew for the very first time, I was having some challenges with my business, meaning that I was doing website here, I was doing Kajabi here, I was doing email listing here, I was doing 10,000 different things. When I spoke to him in only one session, it changed everything. So the reason why I invited him back on to him to explain his process of his business, you know, what makes his business different from everybody else's. So opposed to me trying to explain it, Andrew, take it over, young man. Tell me about your business and why and your business called Every Catch and why you make it called Every Catch.
Okay, thanks, John. Every catch is a play on words, really. We're talking about catching every lead because as business owners, we're all busy. We've all got stuff going on. It's so easy to let leads, new inquiries, and potential sales slip through your fingers because you're busy. So the software is designed basically to be your marketing assistant, to be that person, take care of all that, make sure it's got your back. So any leads coming in are responded to, attended to, and you get to follow up with them and move them closer to closing the sale.
Okay, and I get that, right? But the reason why I loved it so much is everything's all in one.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
If you have a course, which I have, right? If you have email, it's campaign. If you have Instagram and you want to give people feedback, it can follow the Instagram people. So this thing actually does everything for you, opposed to me trying to find text to do all the stuff for me. With your program, you do everything for me. So The only thing that I do is just do what I do best, right? Write my content, do my videos, put it in X, Y, and Z, and you can take it wherever it's at, throw it to put it in your platform, which is really mine, right? And to make everything work easily and effortlessly. And I think for me, when I first started doing, oh my God, I did what's that thing called? ClickFunnels. And I'm spending like 200 some odd bucks. I had that thing for like 8-9 weeks, man. I could not do that at all. I cannot. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm a really smart guy. I'm not a tech guy, right? And most coaches, consultants, business owners are not tech guys. Then when I hired someone to actually do it, right? So I had paid them $249 for the ClickFunnels at the time. I had someone do it. He told me, yeah, it's only $1,000. But man, you can get leads and everything else. And I'm like, oh, $1,000 is not that bad. Okay, fine. And I did that. And guess what happened? It still didn't work. So your program is a landing page, funnels, everything. See, that to me was my passion. That to me was the exciting part of what you do. Could you elaborate more about that?
Absolutely, yeah. It's such a common problem for business owners, especially as they start out and they'll add one thing. So, for example, your ClickFunnels, you need a landing page for people to come and see your offer and opt in. Okay, but then once you got to the landing page, you need to be able to email them. So you add on another bit of software, and then you need somewhere to host your course. So you add on another bit of software, and before long, you have so many different subscriptions that you're paying for, and they're all disconnected. So you have to spend time trying to get them to talk to each other, or exporting from one into another, or using another subscription to try and get them to talk, and just become so entangled, such a mess. And business owners are spending so much of their time trying to maintain or make sense of all these different bits of software that they're taking their focus off their main revenue generating tasks, and not spending time on their passion and what they're good at, talking to people who are going to give them money. So by having everything in one, it just simplifies the whole situation, because now all those different parts are integrated as one, rather than having lots of disparate parts. So they're automatically talking to each other. So it makes it very, very easy to build out a campaign that flows right from attracting your prospects, finding where they are, attracting them, getting them to metaphorically raise their hand by opting in or commenting on one of your posts, bringing them into that funnel, nurturing them, delivering their content, taking to the point where they're ready to buy. And then once they've bought and the payment integration is built in as well, then fulfilling on that order and continuing then to look after them on the back end and turn them into raving fans and manage how they're referring people back to you. So it's just growing your business.
Let's talk about that other part now. So the part that jumped out to me was Instagram or Facebook.
Okay.
Someone comment on your post, say that they want more information, right? Your program will grab them and start nurturing them until they become a client. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, there's two sides to Instagram and Facebook. So we'll talk about that one first. So what's working very well now for lead gen? So if you were to do one of your videos, for example, it'd be like a 5-10 minute video delivering value in that video. And at the end of the video, it's okay, if you want my lead magnet, my PDF, my cheat sheet, my mini course, whatever it's going to be, comment yes below. Now, if you've ever tried to do this manually, it's really tough going, because as soon as someone comments yes, you've got to be watching that post, see who's commented, okay, reply to them, then DM them and attach your lead magnet, and then somehow keep track of who you responded to, who you haven't responded to. That's before you follow up or nurture at all on the other side. So what Every Catch allows you to do now is it will take care of all the grunt work in the background. So the only two things you have to do: record your video, post it on Facebook or Instagram.
Wow.
Then when that person comes along, comments yes, Every Catch is watching that post for you. So it's going to see that someone commented. So the first thing it's going to do is going to like their comment. It's going to reply to their comment, and normally we'll say something along the lines, okay, congratulations, check your DMs. And we kind of spin it so we have several different messages, so it doesn't look robotic that every reply is the same. And while we're taking care of that, that's also helping get more eyes on your post, because Meta's algorithms are going to show that post more when there's more interaction. So you've got a comment from the user, then you've liked that comment, then you've replied to the comment. So all this is helping your post stay higher up and not fade away with the algorithm. Then on the back side, that person is now inside your Every Catch application with their Facebook or Instagram contact details. So then we'll have an automated workflow. We'll send them a DM, a private message. And again, rather than just deliver the lead magnet, we're trying to engage a little bit, have a conversation. So we'll say, okay, thank you. I see you requested my lead magnet. Is that correct? And we'll let them have a conversation. So they'll say yes. Okay, great. And then we say, and this is really important, what's the best email address to send the lead magnet to? They'll put their email address in. Automatically, that's going to add it to their contact record. So you don't have to copy or paste, fish things out. That's added it to their contact record. And what's key about that is that all these platforms, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media platforms, you might have spent years building up a following, building up an audience on those channels. That data does not belong to you. It belongs to Meta. So for whatever reason, you wake up tomorrow morning and your Facebook account has been blocked, or your Instagram has been suspended, if you don't have any other way of contacting those people, you've just lost your audience overnight.
So what is the solution behind all that? So is there another solution?
Yeah, so this tactic of delivering the magnet, we're asking them for their email address in order for you to deliver that lead magnet. So in an instant, we've shifted them from Facebook or Instagram onto your platform. So you now have their name, their contact details, their email address. You have another way to contact them, and you can start following up and nurturing with them by email, which is way, way cheaper than trying to reach them again with ads or retargeting on these platforms. So then every catch will then send them the lead magnet you promised them, so they're getting the value that you promised. And now you have a communications channel to follow up and continue the conversation. So all that is happening automatically without you having to get involved.
So the software is that smart to do it all on its own?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know how much lag time and time that I've spent on the antique way, or else my way? They contact me, it's a lead magnet. I have to figure out the email, I have to hire a VA or do it myself. Look at the scripts, send it to them, come on back, and then, oh my God, it is a nightmare.
It's painful. So, it's painful to do.
It is, man. Even when you were talking about it, you put me in PTSD. Because I'm like, oh my God, I remember the days, man, because, I mean, as a business owner, this is what we do, right? We don't understand. I mean, let me rephrase. I don't understand that software have been that advanced where it can do it itself. Even when I'm right now, I'm working with you, which has been a God-sent blessing, believe me. So thank you for that. You even put me up right now, and there's like my own social media community right now, and we're trying to build that out right now. And I think when you told me that, you made me realize that if Facebook, LinkedIn, or anybody else say bye-bye, I'm done. But if you have your own community and they can connect with you, if it's free items, if it's articles, if it's whatever, right? You're serving a completely different audience. Now it's your own community. You can actually do wonders, because right now, so on LinkedIn, I got maybe almost 16,000. Instagram, I got 22,000. All right. And I got, and those are the two bigger ones that I have, right? I don't have that many. I need to work on that, right? Believe me, I do. But it's just that amazing. You're talking about the email campaign program was amazing, right? But before we get to that one, that email as campaign, not to tell you about that one, but before we get to that one, could you really expand on having your own little social media network? It's not a Facebook. It's not like a Facebook page. It's like, for example, mine's called the Oda Network, and it's going to be based on pretty much on what the business that I do, parents, teens, businesses, workshops, free programs, paid programs, the whole 9 yards, right? Could you expand more on that?
Yeah, sure. So you could think of it as similar to a Facebook group, except you're in charge, not Meta. I've been speaking to quite a few kind of big Facebook group operators recently, and what seems to be happening is saying, well, like, my numbers are growing. I'm getting more and more people in my Facebook group, but the reach, actual number of members that are seeing the posts in the group, is going away down. Yeah. So you're basically relying on Meta to whether or not these people are going to see, because Meta want you to spend money, they want you to advertise, they want you to retarget. So you're not in control in that group, apart from, as we talked before, if the group got shut down, your account gets suspended, then it's gone forever. But even when it's running properly, you're not reaching all your audience all the time. The other problem with that platform is distraction. So if someone's come to your group, they're reading your post, but they've got a gazillion notifications going off in the corner, and it's so easy to go and see the funny cat videos or what someone had for lunch yesterday. and you've lost that concentration. They're away somewhere else. So you imagine not just in the concentration, but also in terms of your positioning as a business, as your positioning as an authority, when you have your own branded network that doesn't rely on those social media platforms, where you control the content. Nobody's going to ban your post. You're not going to have to seek anyone's approval. You are taking control, which means you can deliver the message to your audience. You can tag whoever you want, and it works in a very similar way. Your post content, people will like, comment on those posts. There's a community within there, so you have a user base. It's got gamification in there, so you can encourage the interactions on your posts to see who's on the leaderboard. So little fun things in there as well. But that also is very nicely integrated with your learning portal. So you can have your courses within there as well, whether they're free courses that everyone in the community has access to, or whether it's just restricted to those users that have paid for your premium content. Only those users would see that available, but it's all in one place. So it just makes it so much nicer to control and build your own community rather than relying on one of these big platforms.
That makes sense. So, since we started, tell me something about yourself. Tell people where you're from. Tell people, why did you start this business, and what's your background a little bit, so people can understand who you are. Could you start off who you are?
Yeah, sure. Well, you might have noticed from my foreign accent, I'm from the UK. I have been in marketing for about 12 years now. Before that, in the previous life, I was a security engineer, working on alarm systems and CCTV and so forth. And I kind of stumbled across the concept of direct response marketing around about 2003, 2004, when our security business was really, really struggling. And I ended up having to merge with another company. And unbeknownst to me, this report on direct response marketing had been sitting in my in tray for 6 months. And I just not even looked at it. But for some reason, I picked it up one day and read through it. And that really started me on a sort of self-educational journey of learning these techniques, learning from all the great marketers. Sort of read a book that references another author, so you'd follow that trail as well. And it really got me into marketing. So I then took on the marketing for our security business, and over time, friends and colleagues, they started noticing the results we were getting, and started asking for help with their marketing. And I would help them out and sort their marketing out for them as well. And after a while, I decided it would be a good idea to get paid for what I was doing. And I kind of just fell out of love with security and fell in love with marketing. But all along the way, where I was helping businesses to plan these systems, like we talked about earlier, having kind of an end-to-end system rather than these little random acts of marketing going on. It was the struggle of trying to make all these different systems talk and having all these different subscriptions and then trying to link them together and export data here and make things happen. So it was really kind of my goal to try and simplify that for business owners and take away all that pain, all that work, and let them focus on what they're good at. So every catch is kind of the culmination of that, where we now have this amazing all-in-one platform just to let people thrive, really.
That makes sense. And thank you for sharing. No, so this week, right, I had someone call me up, and they told me that they can give me, 15, 20 appointments a week. I said, really? I said, yeah. And I said, how would you do that? And Andrew, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. I said, well, here's how we're gonna do it. You can do, 200 messages, 100 or 200 messages away from sales navigators. So we do code out. There's outreach. I said, okay. I said, that makes sense. She said, we're gonna do email marketing in this campaign. I said, really? How many? 6,000 a month. We should get you that. I said, okay. I said, how much does this cost? Guess what number she gave me?
Good to think.
$20,000.
Wow. Okay.
I said, really? I said, okay. And I said, I have a gentleman that I'm working with right now named Andrew. He's from the UK. He told me that he can give me between 1,000 to 5 to 1,500 emails per day. And I can still do the cold as outreach myself. So it's 30,000 I'm gonna hit, maybe 20, 25,000, opposed to you only hitting 6,000 and trying to get appointments. The reason why I bring that up is, right, with your email campaign that you have, it is an extra added bonus. I mean, it's extra added cost. But it's not no dang $20,000.
No. And this is the thing. I get so many cold calls every day. And I think people, they obviously don't look and see who they're contacting. They're literally doing it blind. Wanting to do lead generation, wanting to do this, that, the other. And I say, fine, but look at our ticket price. With what you're proposing, do you think that's going to work? Oh, yeah, yes, no problem. No, we can do that. But when they run the numbers and they give the costs, I say, great. So by your numbers, it's going to take me 8 months to break even on my client acquisition cost.
She told me it would take 4 months. I said, do you want me to pay for, I said, how long will I have you for? Oh, just 8 weeks. So I have you for 8 weeks for $20,000. Right? US dollars. She says yes. Says, this is not a program. It's for me. I said, because I know what it should cost. And it's a numbers game when you're doing email marketing.
Yeah.
Right? If you're doing 30,000, 20,000 is emails just say per month. And if you get 1 or 2% of those bad boys is saying they raise their hand. And then from there, you get just say 20, 30, 40 appointments. You're doing extremely well.
Yeah.
Right? But it was just, when I heard her, I thought of you so much. I said, $20,000, right? And here's the sad thing about this, is why I mentioned it. A lot of business owners, a lot of coaches have paid that price and have not gotten results.
Yeah.
A lot of these people have paid these crazy amount of monies to get leads to come through and have not gotten the results that they paid for. Or else they promised them the whole world, nothing delivered. So then I asked her, then she says, well, there's money back guarantee. I said that she's not from the States. So I said, it doesn't make much difference. I said, and the reason why I fell in love with your program so much, right? It was all in one. Everything's in one. I can create, which I'm doing right now in my own community. I got lots of videos free, the whole 9 yards. So I can do all that stuff, right? I can also do your email as campaign program as well. I can literally do everything. Now, marketing, I do tell people how to do it. I don't actually do it. It's a complete big difference. I mean, that's like night and day. You actually do this. You and your team, you actually do this and create results, which I think is impressive. And then she asked me, well, how good is your closing rates? So I close everybody. I said, closing rate's not the problem. It's getting qualified clients coming in. Could you explain to people about how your email campaign works and the systems based on how many can they do a day, the whole 9 yards, and how does that system work? Because man, when she gave me that price, man, if I didn't talk to you, I'm like, oh my God. I had looked at her, I'm like, so could you explain your program about the email campaign?
Of course. So we've got two entirely different things. We have cold email, so that's sending email to business email addresses that have not interacted with you before. So on this type, they haven't filled in a form, they haven't requested your information. You're doing cold outbound. And then within every catch, we have your warm email. So people who have asked for your information, have opted into your list, have sent a keyword to your text number, to your mobile number. Warm email we do inside every catch. They're two very different types of traffic. With cold email, you have to do it right. Otherwise, you're going to get shut down by the mail providers very, very fast and burn your domains. So I think one really important tip I would give is you never, ever, ever use your business domain as the sending domain for a cold email campaign.
Really?
Never. Okay? Because if your main business domain gets flagged as spam or gets blacklisted, then what will happen is that all your transactional email, the emails you send out Gmail or out of Outlook on a day-to-day basis to your customers, your suppliers, your family, they are going to end up going straight to spam as well. It would damage your business. So we always protect your main domain, and we use separate domains, if you like, kind of not throwaway, but spare domains. So we'd have a similar name or a different extension or a prefix or a suffix so that people can see it's related to the business, but it's not your main sending domain. So if for any reason, and if you do cold email properly, there shouldn't be any reason, but eventually it will happen. It's going to be inevitable at some point. You're going to get domain burned. In that case, it's no biggie. We'll not renew that domain. It's cost you $10 for the year. We'll not renew that domain. We'll just replace it with another one. But it doesn't impact on your business, on your main domain. You continue to send email as normal. So that's really important. We have a separate sending domain.
So how many cold outreaches can you actually do per day on the average?
It depends on the infrastructure you build up. So normally we would suggest you have no more than 2 or 3 email accounts on a domain, and each of those email accounts would send up to about 50 emails per day. So at the moment, the setup I'm running at the moment is on 40 domains with 2 addresses on each. So
40 domains?
Yeah, 40 domains, 2 email accounts per domain.
And then how many are you sending per day?
Sorry, 20 domains, 2 emails. So we've got 40 sending accounts.
So and then how many do you send per day?
And with that, we're sending about just over 1,000 a day. I think it's about 1,030 something works out. So we have the capacity to safely send 1,000 a day on the infrastructure.
So 1,000 per day times 5. So you're doing like 20,000 per month.
Yeah.
And then out of the 20,000 per, I'm curious now. Out of the 20,000 per month, how many is raising their hand?
Okay, it will vary. So we're testing different lists because we buy the data in, and you obviously segment it on industry, location, job titles. A lot of the data is pulled from LinkedIn and similar platforms, and kind of enriched by the data providers. So it will vary from platform to platform. But what we're really looking for is just a positive response. And the way we write our emails, for us, we have quite a unique way of writing it. It's quite conversational and quite kind of self-deprecating humor. And even the people who aren't interested, we're getting lovely rejection emails. Nobody is angry with us. Everyone's saying, "Oh, really great email, loved your email, really enjoyed it. Not for me at the moment, but thank you so much anyway." So I think if you're getting nice rejections, that means that the positive replies you're getting.
But even getting 1% raising their hand, that's 200.
Yeah.
Right. And then out of those 200, if you just say you get another 10% that book appointments, that's 20 appointments right there.
Yeah. So what we do is as soon as... Sorry, go ahead.
And if you're a decent closer, if you close at least 60%, okay, let's say 40%, that's still 8 deals coming through per month.
Yeah.
Depends on what your the price tag is, that's still a consistent amount of money coming through.
Yeah. And what we do, as soon as we have that positive response on the cold email side, we automatically bring them into every catch. And from that point onwards, it's then a warm conversation, because that stranger has now replied and says, actually, yes, I wouldn't mind hearing more. So they're giving you permission now to continue the conversation. So now it's safe to move them into the platform, and it's then warm email. But that means we then have access to all our automations, all our tech. So again, if you're having these inquiries coming in, you don't have to worry that if you're presenting, teaching, doing client work, you haven't got to be there to respond, because now the system can respond, continue that conversation, either by email, or if people contact you, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, SMS, web chat, everything comes into one place.
So you do all that stuff.
And our AI bot can have that conversation, start asking qualifying questions, and have that conversation with them. It can get them to book an appointment. So we link your Google Calendar, your Outlook calendar to every catch, so it knows your schedule. It knows when you've got time blocked out on your calendar,
Wow.
and it
So
can
there's
book the
everything
appointment for you in the times you have available. So the AI will actually have a conversation with the prospect, and it will tell them in a conversational manner, okay, when's good for you? Is it like Wednesday or Friday? And they might say, okay, Friday's good for me. Okay, we've got 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. Which would you prefer? Oh, 4 p.m.? Okay, that's booked. Sending you a text and an email to confirm that appointment, and it's straight away on your calendar. And all this has happened without you being involved.
That's so beautiful.
You just look at your schedules. Yeah, I've got another call today.
Look at the marketing strategy. Look at the 2,000 and the 20,000. 3% of the people's in the buy right now. So that's 600. Oh my God, this is beautiful, man. And the cool thing about it is, as a business owner, right? I don't have to do all that stuff. I don't have to set everything up. You got the emails, you got this, you can tweak it all here, there. You can do A/B tests, you can do literally everything for us.
Yeah.
The only
So once it's set up,
that we do is we just schedule. I mean, we just talk on the phone, and then we do what we do best.
yeah, it's giving you, it's kind of freeing up your time and stopping you having to think about all that stuff. All you do is you look at your calendar and say, oh, I've got this call, this call, this call. Or you get every catch will give you a ding on your phone, because we have a mobile app as well. Okay, you've got a new lead appointment tomorrow at 3 p.m. Sales call.
That frees up a
Zoom link, everything all automatically.
All that's
automatically done.
Wow. That's a beautiful thing. Now, you do, before we do you have any more features coming out on every catch? Do you have anything else that, because I haven't talked to you in 2 weeks now, right? So I've pretty much been out of the loop for 2 weeks now. Has anything else have happened on every catch that, that's boom, we should look at? I
don't think we've had any major launches. We've had lots of little feature updates and tweaks and adding features and improving features. So that's something we're really hot on, is just continually developing, continually bringing out new features, responding to what's happening in the industry, what new technology is available. So we're always building in new features. The Facebook and Instagram comments, that's quite recent that we've added that. So there's always new stuff coming out, a lot of AI stuff. We've got another option which is pretty cool that you don't know about yet, is an AI writer, AI copywriter.
Really?
So a lot of people are using ChatGPT to try and help them with their marketing, with their ad copy, their email copy, sales copy, that kind of thing. But it can be an uphill struggle trying to get a prompt good enough that you actually get some quality content out of ChatGPT. Otherwise, it's very mediocre. The less information you give it on the front end, the less likely you are to get what you want on the back end. And it can be an uphill struggle. So we have an AI writer that's already been trained. So it's prompt free. You don't have to do any prompts within the platform. and it's trained on so many different. There's about 60 different frameworks and platforms it's trained on. Alex Hormozy, StoryBrand, loads of different advertising formats, about 60 different formats in there. So it will help you come up with your story brand for the company overall, for your products. It will write your advertising copy, your sales copy, social media posts. So you're literally just telling it, in the initial setup, you tell it about your company, and it will build the brand statements. And then you add your products one by one. So you might have a course, you might have a physical product, and it will write everything. So all you're doing is going into, okay, today I want to write a Facebook post for this product for this audience, because you might have different target sectors. Like you have your business owners, you have your teams, so you can have those audiences set up in advance. So when the writer is writing the copy, it's writing for the exact audience that you want to talk to. It knows your brand values, and it will just give you the copy. Now with anything AI, it's never going to be 100%, but it's going to be so close that you might just tweak it a little bit. I mean, you tell it the voice you want. So you can define your brand voice, or you can pick from tones, tones of voice that are already in the program. You can have Ryan Reynolds if you want, or similar.
Or Tony Robbins, or maybe the great Dr. John. All these great people.
Absolutely, yeah. And it will give you the copy. So that's quite a powerful feature that we're adding as well.
That's a really good one. So you said that you had an offer. What is your offer that you have? Right, and I know that you mentioned about your offer. Explain to people what they have and give them some price tags and stuff. Don't do it in pounds. Well, you can do it in pounds and pounds and dollars is almost the same thing.
Yeah, it's not far off. So it's not far. So we go in dollars. We go in dollars. So basically, we on our website we have two tiers, two platforms. The top tier is basically everything. Every feature, everything is there. The other platform is slightly fewer features. So we have that at $297, and we have the top tier at $497.
Let me get this right. We're making crazy ones. So we're at $297 for the regular one, and $497 for the top tier one.
Yeah. Okay. So with the $297. We do 2 1-hour onboarding calls. So we have the first call with our tech guys. They will take you through and make sure you have all the tech bits that are kind of boring and tedious but need to happen to make things work. So we'll link your domains up, we'll link your calendar up, we'll link your Facebook, all your social media profiles, get everything connected so it's all working together. So they will guide you through that. So you don't have to kind of figure it out for yourself, which is one thing. And then the second call is more about implementation. And the way we like to work is say, okay, John, what's important to you? What do you want to focus on? What do you want to get done first? So you might want to focus on a course. You might want to focus on a landing page. Let's get that built, get that working, so you start getting some benefit from the system. Because any new platform is going to be a learning curve. And we're trying to remove as much as possible of that for you, so you can hit the ground running, see some results coming in. And then after that, we kind of build on. And one of the things I'm always careful of is, because every character is so feature rich, I get excited with all the different things we can do and all the workflows and the automations. And sometimes it can just be a little bit overwhelming for people. And I can see their eyes glazing over and they just shut down because it's just, that's too much. I can't handle all that. And what I would say to that is, you don't have to handle it all. You can start. You don't have to use every feature. Start with 2 or 3. Maybe you want to get your landing page, your email campaign, and your calendar. And then you've got leads coming in. You're responding to them. You're booking appointments. Okay. Once that's done, then maybe we'll look at another feature, and we'll add something on. So it's
right. So let me get to your offer right. So for $297 per month, you guys will give them a couple hours to set everything up.
Correct.
For $497, you guys will give them everything. They can set up whatever they want to, and you guys will do it. Because
Yeah.
I got the one for $497. Now, as you know, the $497 one is going to eventually go up.
Yes.
Because your outcome is to push it up to at least $1,997 eventually, right? So
Yeah, that's the kind of point where it's going to be, for the amount of work involved and kind of the team that's working on it. It's 1997 because you effectively got a marketing team sitting behind that software to do all the content.
You got literally everything, right? So the $497 is really a steal. I mean, it really is, because that's when all the online. It's a steal. I mean, when I tell you, I said, Andrew, I just put up a video. Check this out. Can you put it up? You go, yep, I got it. I'm like, wow, yeah, okay, cool. And it's that easy. Or else, I called you about a week ago, but I got a little sick. I said, hey, man, I want to look at that like from email marketing thing. All right, John, so let's get together. Let's talk about it. So what's your outcome? Cool, right? Then I said, hey, Andrew, I want to get my own community. All right, John. Okay, we got this stuff. A couple of days later, cool. It's done, right? To me, I like that. I like it because I don't have to do it, man. I'm not a tech guy. No, I am a genius.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a tech guy. I don't do that type of stuff. That stuff is like a completely foreign thing. So here it goes. What we're going to do, guys, after this, I'm going to put down a link. You guys can take a look at it. But, you know, the $297 to the $497 one, it's a really a great, phenomenal price for either one of them. Check out of the platform is great. Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to put those links up? I've got a slide here. If you want to put the links up on the screen.
Pardon me?
I said I've got a slide here. If you want me to put the links up on the screen.
Matter of fact, show me some of your slides that you put together. I didn't see your slides yet. You can ask me how.
That's my file. How do we present? Share screen. That's the one. Share screen. Okay. Which screen are we doing? That one. Okay. So hopefully you can see the screen now. So basically we've got...
the only thing that I'm going to see is your good-looking face. But hold up, let me see something. Maybe I need to add it. There
we go.
I got you now.
There we go. So what we've decided to do for your audience, John, the $297 a month program, where you have a limited feature set, we're going to give everyone all the features in the $497 at the $297 price. So they're saving $200 a month.
On the $297, they got all the whole thing for you. They got everything.
They've got all the features, but not the done for you. So we're not going to be building. They'll still have the 2 hours, the 1 hour calls, but not the whole build out. And the other program we talked about, where we do all the build out for you, the done for you. You got the $497, the charter member that will be going up to $1997. We'll do it $497, and that's everything. So we'll build out all the content. Yeah. So if anyone wants to take advantage of that offer now, they can go to the link there, ty.gy/order. That's just the order page. You can fill in the order details there, and we'll take care of you on the other side. If you have questions, I'll do what I don't normally do. I'm going to give you my personal email address.
Okay, so
if you have questions about the platform.
Before we leave, right? I didn't ask you this question earlier.
Okay.
What businesses are this for? Because I think it's for everything, to be truly honest with you, right?
Yeah.
But what type of business pretty much can use this platform?
Okay. Obviously, as you know, trainers, speakers, coaches, anyone with an audience, with a list, it will work very well for local business, any sort of services, trades, business like that. Again, where you're interacting with your customers. So it's almost universal, but for those kind of categories, it works very, very well. Where you're looking for leads, you don't have an instant sale maybe, but you can still sell through the platform. So trainers, speakers, coaches, small business, trades. I would say
trades, service departments. We're talking about doctors. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about people who do fix up homes. We talk about everything, pretty much everything in this stuff. Anybody who's in service, which is really pretty much everybody. No, this is a phenomenal thing, and thank you so much for it's from our audience. Want you guys to actually to move forward as on this. It's a beautiful price. And Andrew, man, thank you so much, man. To be honest, I like this interview a whole lot better than the very first one, right? This one was much more it was fun, to be truly honest.
Yeah, we struggled with the internet a bit last time, didn't we?
That one was crazy, man. Oh my God. So anyway, thank you so much, man. You guys, here's access. Here is the information. You guys take care and blessings to all. Bye for now.